This is exclusive updates. And so I finally got around to seeing the Thunderbolts movie. I saw it on streaming. And so I'm going to review it. I don't plan on spoiling it just in case you haven't seen it yet. But if I do get to a point where I feel like I'm going to spoil something, I'll give you a heads up and a warning so that you can stop the video. So with Thunderbolts, I finally watched it on streaming. I didn't go to the theaters. This is another one of those movies like the Superman movie where I almost went to the theaters to see it, but I decided I didn't want to. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was contemplating and debating if I should go. You know, it looked like something I kind of might want to see. And something told me, nah, skip this one. Wait till streaming on this one. And, you know, I can kind of tell when a movie doesn't seem quite good enough to go to the theater for. Because really, there's only a few movies a year that I'm actually going to go to the theater for. And it has to be a pretty epic movie and pretty exciting for me to take my time to go to the theater. And so I probably just see a handful of movies at the theater per year. Mostly I would just watch on streaming. So, but this was one of those movies, Thunderbolts and Superman, where I was kind of like, yeah, I might go see that. And then Fantastic Four was being advertised, and that was the one I ended up going to see. And it paid off because Fantastic Four was the best out of all three of these films, in my opinion. And I didn't regret going to the theater, especially seeing the Galactus on the big screen. That was epic. Plus, I saw it in 3D. So, but yeah, with Thunderbolts, yeah, I skipped this one and I finally saw it and it underperformed. I'm glad I didn't see it in the theater. It very much underperformed, in my opinion. I was not very happy with the movie. It seemed like it was pretty woke to me. I mean, Disney to me just wants to keep pushing female leads as like the main characters. It's like they're just going out of their way to try to do that. And I think that's what this ended up being, was a Black Widow sisters movie. Like whoever her name is. See, I don't even remember her names. They're pushing Black Widow's sister now. And she was the main character as far as it looked like to me. I mean, the movie started off, it was all about her. And so she was teaming up, it looked like, with other female leads too. It was like, so they changed the dude that mimics into other people's abilities. I forget his name. It used to be a character. Marvel was a dude, but now it's a girl. And then they had this ghost character. That was a girl. So it started off with all three of them basically. And they were going up against that fake Captain America from the series. And then there was another one. See, all these characters, I don't really know their names. I mean, the Britain guy who was, I guess, Black Widow's father, or like he was basically an adopted father or something. It was like they were a family forced together. And it was Black Widow, that girl, which was a sister and a father, but they all were kind of just put together as a family unit. So they're like an adoptive family kind of. So with all these characters though, I don't really know their names. I don't really remember their names. I don't think I could name one character from that movie besides the Winter Soldier. And so this movie, I think, would have probably been better if they would have made it more of a Winter Soldier movie, focused on him as the main character, but instead they focused on Black Widow's sister as the main character. And it just seemed pretty woke. Like, it was like Marvel just is insisting on making people care about female superheroes. And so with the Marvels, I skipped that one completely. I never watched it, and I don't plan on watching it. I'm not watching a movie that's led by women because it just seems kind of like a feminist movie. Because I mean, it just seems like Marvel just wants so bad for there to be a female lead, and they even made Hulk, you know, as a nice guy now and a real smart guy. It's, to me, that's part of this whole thing with Disney, where they're against masculinity, and I think they consider what Hulk was toxic masculinity. So I think that's why he became a smart nerd now. So I feel like they just really want to force female characters on us when it comes to Disney. That's their agenda. They want a strong female lead as the main superhero. So as I was watching Thunderbolts, I just felt like they were forcing feminism on me. That's just how it came off. Cause I don't know, it just felt like that for a long time in the movie, and then they started making appearances by the other characters, and as Winter Soldier appeared, and the Captain America dude, I forget his name. So and then I don't know, it was just a kind of a hot mess. This movie, it was pretty much trash to me. It's one of those movies I probably would have been okay skipping out on completely and not watching. I definitely don't plan on watching it again. And my grade for the movie is a C. I give the movie a solid C. And on my scale of good, mid, or trash, that falls right in the center of mid. So the movie was very mid. So as the main villain started appearing in the movie, Sentry, no, that was not real fun to watch. I didn't really enjoy Sentry as the main character. It underperformed. It didn't seem that exciting, really. Once he, I think I'm going to spoil some stuff, so if you haven't seen it, you might want to check out now, because I might start spoiling some stuff as I get into this with Sentry. So basically, in the beginning of the movie, there's this weird looking dude that showed up out of nowhere, and they're kind of trying to protect him. He's trying to kind of roll with them and escape wherever they're escaping from. This dude ends up being Sentry, right? And so Sentry's suit was awful. I didn't want to see a suit like that. That was just pretty, that wasn't fun to watch. It almost makes me not want to watch superhero movies anymore if I got to watch stuff like this. Like the way they showed Sentry was just, it was just not fun. It wasn't a fun movie to watch. It was probably one of the worst films I've seen when it comes to Marvel this year. I almost think the Captain America Brave New World was better than this. I never reviewed that one. Captain America Brave New World, let me know if you want me to review that. Let me know in the comment section. But that wasn't that impressive either, really. But I think Thunderbolts was worse than that. Just maybe a little bit worse. Because when you got Red Hulk in the movie, of course, come on now. Red Hulk is a much more better villain than the Sentry dude turned out to be in the movie. So the Sentry character just didn't really, I don't know, it wasn't very interesting to me. The way they portrayed him, and making people shadows and stuff, like splat, they were just turning into shadows. It just, I don't know, it just wasn't really effective for me to watch as a good movie. I just wasn't that impressed with it. Yeah, so overall, the movie was a C to me. I don't recommend it. There was parts I was bored watching it. There's, it got good. It picked up a little bit here and there, but overall, I was bored a lot of the movies. I didn't really enjoy it. Yeah, I just thought it was pretty much, I'm surprised I didn't give it a worse grade than a C now that I'm looking back at it. But, that was my feelings after watching it, was a C. I marked down what I thought about it, so I'll just stick with that. But, as I'm looking back at it, I probably want to give it a C minus. But I'll let it stick with that C I gave it, because that's what I initially gave it. And so I don't recommend it, though. I guess if you watch all the Marvel movies, for the most part, you probably want to watch this. It's probably something to check out, but don't get your expectations up too high if you're gonna check it out. It's just not that epic. It wasn't that epic to me at all. So yeah, that's my review on the Thunderbolts. So let me know what you thought about it if you saw it, and let me know if you plan on seeing it if you haven't seen it yet. Let me get 100 likes on this video if you don't mind. Also, make sure you subscribe and everything like that. And follow me on social media and all that. I'm out.